Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we get to take a look at the 2024 Chevrolet Camaro. This is the LT1 with the RS package. It's finished off in Summit White. MSRP starts right around $40,000. Now the 24-year model is the last year for the Camaro as far as being an ICE engine. So hopefully Camaro will bring something fun back. But underneath the hood, this one is powered by the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. This is paired to the 10-speed automatic, and it pumps out 455 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque, sending this 3,600-pound muscle car from 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds. It has a top speed of 150 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, there's a functional heat extraction vent on the hood, along with some nice bulges. There's the sunken-in headlight design, which matches nicely with the grille. Plenty of cutouts too, to provide a lot of cooling to that NAV8. There's also a lot of gloss black accents too, which is a good color scheme with the white. There's also matte black for these wheels, along with the Brembo brake calipers finished off in red. There's the body colored mirrors, no sunroof for this coupe. We have really nice definitions and lines that run down the side. Now in back, there's the body colored spoiler. There's also the third brake light, the 3D dimensional design to those taillights. There's also a backup camera, and then there's the dual exhaust. This does have remote start. And so you can use the key fob to do that as needed. You can also use the key fob to release the trunk, or use this hidden button up underneath to open this up. Now for this vehicle, this could be a daily driver. You have a good bit of space, a little bit of a small opening here, but you can also fold down the back seats too to give yourself that much more space. Now as we work our way to the interior, you have the silver button here that you can use to lock and unlock. And then with the door panel, you have a pretty nice design. There's some leather materials, this trim accent here. You have Bose audio, trunk release here, and then lock and unlock and your release handle. And then take a look at these Recaro seats. They have a great look to them. They are automatic with the one manual adjustment there in order to release the seat if you want to hop into the back. Now you're not buying a Camaro to be a full 4-seater, but you do have a little bit of space there. You might be able to put a car seat, some smaller kids. I could fit in here at 5'10", but just around town, you wouldn't go far if you are riding in the back. But this model also has Alcantara for the steering wheel, which is a nice touch to see. We also have the paddle shifters, cruise control settings, volume and favorites down below. And then you have a little bit that you can go through with the gauge cluster. Not a ton of information, but you can scroll through all of this as you would like to. And then everything else is fixed on both sides and the top there. You have an air vent. And then for the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of your settings. You can get into your climates, different apps. And then you have these shortcuts in the lower section that you can easily get through. You do have some physical buttons down below. And then you also have a temperature dial on this left side. Fan speed is on the right. And then you have the rest of those adjustments in order to get through all of that information. Now there's more Alcantara for the shifter, where you have a lot of visibility for that camera. You can also shift using this or the paddle shifters. Traction control is behind that, and then you have 3 driving modes. There's touring, sport, snow, and ice. You have the e-brake, a 12-volt, and 2 cup holders. A little bit of storage with some auxiliaries, and then you get storage in the glove box, of course. And then here's your rear view, dome lights, and you have some call buttons as well. Now with the Camaro, this is a pretty tight vehicle. You could argue that visibility isn't the best, and compared to some larger vehicles, it's not. But you can easily learn where to place your head using your side view mirrors. I have an Audi R8, so to me, this is honestly not all that bad. Let's go ahead and get the last year for this muscle car out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. Definitely sounds good. I'm doing a mild acceleration, so when you really get in the higher RPM, the V8s have a really good tone to them. And from the factory, it sounds pretty good as is. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel of the Chevrolet Camaro. I think it's a really nice position in here with how tight it does feel. You have a very low roof line here with where the windshield is, but you have clear view of the entire hood there. You can see pretty much out of the entire front area with a good bit of visibility over the shoulders there, but it's a nice place to be. This would make for a great daily driver, like I mentioned earlier, with this specific trim level. Unless this is in your budget, this is a great option to go with, but it's also a good option if you want to buy something and build it up from there. So we have a really good platform here with that NA V8, which I know a lot of people like. So you have a lot of potential, but you also have a really good vehicle as it sits from the factory. And you have a lot of nice options. I didn't know you could get Alcantara specifically for some models like this. So it's a great vehicle. Turning radius is also pretty good. So it's going to be very maneuverable. And then as far as getting back up to speed goes, we are back up to speed just like that. So it's a nice place. It's not really a 4-seater, but you know, you have a lot of interior storage, which I like, especially with two-door vehicles. It's always important to have that extra storage space. So if you want to place in some items, this is your only car, you can pack it full of things and be just fine. If they're not large items, of course, you can definitely fit a lot in this car as is. But that is going to wrap it up for the last model year, 2024 Chevrolet Camaro. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this muscle car for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.